Hey guys, welcome to All Things Adeline. My name is Adeline, and today I'm going to be working on something I haven't touched in a while, my custom bullet journal. Last video we worked on all of the January section, and today we're going to be working on all of February. I've already planned out the pages on my little sticky note and kind of what we're going to be doing for each page, so let's go ahead and get started. Here's a little flip through from the January pages, and don't mind the red sticky notes, it's just saying what colors I used. So here was the cover page with hot air balloons. We have the highlight of the day with blueberries. And we have the how was my day and the sleep log, spending log, and our screen time tracker, habit tracker, and then the month and recap. So we're going to be keeping all of the same pages, but we're going to be doing them differently with different themes, colors, yada yada yada. So for the February cover page, I decided to do hanging hearts and then just kind of a mail letter thing on the side. And also, don't mind how I spelled February wrong. I added in an extra R, which is kind of funny. Usually people leave out an R. So I went ahead and did this cursive, but it honestly doesn't even matter because I will be going over it later. For all the pages in the month of February, I kind of kept a red, pink, white, and I think there is a purple page just to kind of keep in theme with February. And I also tried this new filming style where I kind of show myself doing something and then I do the rest of that task, but in time lapse version. So you'll see here, I sped it up, but I outlined the kind of mail, postage, envelope, whatever, and then I do all the other tiny ones in a time lapse. So let me know if you like this. I think it's a little bit better and I guess easier to watch and more engaging than just a big time lapse of the whole entire page. Now it's on to the highlight of the day page. I decided to theme the highlight of the day page with chocolate strawberries, and I actually love how they turned out in the end. I really think they turned out nicely. Also, I drew that line way too far down, so you might see that little piece of paper covering up. Now I've got the sketch for the strawberries done, and I'm just going to go ahead and outline all the elements of the strawberries. Another part of this page that I really like is kind of the chocolate, how it's dripping and not just kind of covering the strawberry. And now I'm going in with the brown chocolate color. And if you're wondering, I'm using these Ohuhu. I think they're Honolulu series markers. I don't really know. But I like them to use for bullet journals because they don't bleed through. Now I'm going on to the title, and I kind of just did a basic font not to distract from the strawberries. And then I'm finishing up with some colored polka dots around the title, and then I'll do some green ones down by the strawberries. Now we're finishing up, and it's on to the How Was My Day page. So for this page, I was scrolling through Pinterest looking for some inspo, and I found this kind of gumball machine thing, and I didn't have a protractor at this time, so I kind of had to make up my own circle, so that's why it's looking a little wonky. Anyways, I have a protractor now. If you watched my Hobby Lobby haul video, you know I have one. I also bought an X-Acto knife, and I don't really know what I'm going to use it for, but I do like to do that 3D layered paper art, whatever, and an X-Acto knife really helps for that. Now I'm going in and coloring our gumball machine and finishing up with some gray around kind of the empty spaces. Now it's on to the sleep log page, and I'm just going to tell you this page I think turned out really cute. I'm using this new tape I got from Hobby Lobby. It came in a set of 3 and they were all kind of themed day and night. This one is pink with suns. This page is pretty basic, so there's not much to do with it, but I did add in some eye masks, which I thought was pretty smart. And of course, I had to do the ones with the eyelashes on it. I feel like those are iconic. Now I'm finishing up the page by writing the title and coloring in everything. Now we're on to the spending log, and I'm just going to warn you, I really wish I would have used a ruler for outlining that part. The lines are pretty wobbly, and it also kind of clashes with the perfect straight lines of the box where you track your spending. So there's that. Anyways, I went ahead and started adding all the numbers and whatever. And now I'm on to the title. And lately I've been really into the like peel away tape method, and then you write something like in the middle where you put the tape. So I wrote spinning log because spinning log page. And then I added some hearts to kind of tie in the Valentine's Day theme. Now it's the screen time tracker, and I just did a big heart. And I actually thought it was really clever to put the arrow through the three hearts at the top. I really like how that turned out. And then I just drew all the lines for the days to track, and finishing up by writing some numbers. And now we are moving on to the habit tracker. This page I am absolutely in love with. I love the cotton candy theme, and it is a pretty like tedious page to make, but I think it turned out really, really cute. I think the part that tied it all together was the title and how I kind of like put it on top of like a cloud thing, and I like the font that I did for the title. Now I'm going ahead and tracing all of the little cotton candy things. But I have a question for you. Do you like pink cotton candy or blue cotton candy better? I'm not much of a cotton candy person, but if I were to eat cotton candy, I think I would do blue. And right now I'm writing all the numbers for the little like tracking boxes, and you can see I'm timing it on my watch. And I wanted to time it because I was just curious how long it took, and also it would make me like keep going. And I did mess up that top box, but it came out to 7 minutes 53 seconds. Now I'm just fixing that top box because I hadn't originally drawn that line across. Now erasing, and I did rip that page by erasing like too hard. Now I'm going in and coloring, and I really like the colors I chose for the cotton candy. I really like how vibrant they were. And then I put the colors at the top of the tracking things, and then I colored in the title. Now we're finishing up the page by fixing that rip, and now we're on to the last page, the February recap page. So I did this just like the January recap, but I kind of switched the order of the pages, so kind of the rating pages is now on the right and the photo dumps on the left. I like including the photo dump because I never really put photos in my own bullet journal, but I actually recently got a mini printer, and I hope to start kind of implementing personal pictures into my bullet journal. Also, let me know if you like me just kind of yapping through the whole video talking about what I'm doing, or if you'd rather just have music on in the background. I think if someone's like talking, it keeps me more like engaged in the video, and especially with this new video like filming style, I think it makes for a better video. But let me know in the comments and any video ideas you have. Sometimes I am just like don't know what to do for the videos, and usually I'll just do whatever I want, but I'd like to know what y'all want to see me do. Also, I don't know if y'all caught this, but I did spell February wrong in the sketch part of this page, but whenever I went in and did it, I spelled it correctly, as you can see. Now I'm going in and finishing up the page by coloring around the title. I actually really like how this looks with the color like behind the title and keeping the title white. I think it just looks really cool. And now we're on to the final flip through. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me create the February pages for my custom bullet journal. If you made it this far in the video, please comment a croissant emoji. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed watching, and bye!